Who knows? Somebody, usually a year.
Yeah.
But things happen. Characters develop. Actors throw in ideas. The cameraman, whatever, and it'll be really valuable. And they'll work it into the story, and then they'll realize, this is going to take 2 years to pay off.
Right.
But usually they have a sense of what they what they call the Bible. The Bible is the story 1 year laid out in advance as the spine of action to carry the year. Now, if things happen, they will run into the writer's room and turn things in different directions. But at least they know if nobody comes up with a really good idea, this will work for a year at least. Other series have longer arcs, plotted way in advance, years in advance, and so there's no usual, but a year is pretty good,
Do you know of an example of one that's years in advance?
I believe. Let me think. Yes, Ugly Betty. Ugly Betty was written by a Colombian writer. It was first a South American series and then got brought up here and reinvented. And I met him in Bogota. And yeah, he'd plotted it 5 years in advance.
Wow.
Well, it's a simple art. You got this nobody of a girl who's working, for this very posh magazine, whatever. And her ambition is to become as sophisticated and powerful in this business as anybody she works for. And she needed 5 years to get her act together. And so the goal was obvious. It's how to get Ugly Betty, beautiful Betty, a managing editor of a posh publication. And so he projected that 5 years ahead.
Makes sense if you have that kind of overarching
storyline. I talk about it in the television day I do. But what creates the arc of the long form is need, not desire. And getting into the differences between need and desires is a bit complicated. But basically, need is what a character doesn't have. Desire is what they want, okay? Need is beyond unconscious. It's absent from the character. Only the author knows. Tony Soprano was on for 8 years, right? You remember? You watch it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What did Tony not have as a human being that would have completed his humanity if he had gotten it? What was his need?
My initial thought would be conscience, but he has
Not bad.
that,
He has a
which
conscience.
is why
He's
he
guilt-ridden.
shouldn't
Yeah, he's
struggle.
guilt-ridden, in fact. So he has a conscience. So it's not conscience, but it's in the right direction.
Morals?
No.
No, he has those.
He does. He has
He has
mafia
ethics,
values.
too.
Ethics, too.
I'm not sure where you're going.
What doesn't Tony have as a human being that we keep hoping he'll find?
A soul?
That's closer. I would call it compassion.
Okay.
Okay? He has no compassion. He cannot identify with other human beings.
Oh, right. He has no
Can't empathy.
Right.
Can't empathize. And we keep hoping that someday, it's a different. You can love somebody without empathizing.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a difference. And he keeps struggling. He goes to a psychiatrist until she throws him out one night, trying to find his soul, trying to find compassion. He never does.
Right.
Because the Tonys of this world do not. But it pulled us for 8 years with that thought, will Tony Soprano ever become a human being? Will he ever find compassion, empathy? And so that's a need. It's not an unconscious desire. It's not like he wants it. He's not like Kramer,
Right.
right? And so it's a need. And I think the way to build a long-form television series is how it's going to keep you watching for years on end, is the need that the character has, that the author knows, leads the audience to know. It's completely oblivious in the character, but you keep hoping that life will somehow round this person out as a human being.
As impossible as that may be.
As impossible or unlikely as that may be.
Thank you.
You're welcome.